Hi everybody.
Hi everyone.
Welcome back to another one.
Just my point of view.
Yes. How have you been?
Me or them?
Yes. How have you been? How have you been?
I've been
Awesome.
good. I think I'm in.
You think you?
I've been good. Yes, I think I've been good. I don't think I have anything to share, like more details about how I've been. I just think I've just been good. I'm in a much better space than I was the last time we were recording. So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, how have you been?
I've been fine, man.
Yeah.
Good. I never complain. I never complain, literally.
Yeah.
I've been good. I feel like I have nothing to complain. It was a great week for me, actually, because a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
things
okay,
happened.
yeah.
Oh my God, it was a beautiful week. Let me just
It was.
say that.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
beautiful week.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, man, I look forward to today because we're doing something different.
Something fun.
Yes, we don't have a topic today, guys.
Which is good. It's good to take a break from like all of the heavy stuff. Well, I say it's heavy. I feel like it's heavy, some of the stuff that we deal with. So it's good to take a break and just do fun stuff.
Yeah, so today we're gonna have a little Q&A.
Yes.
We tried not to make the questions deep, but like
I feel like we're deep people.
Guys. Yeah, so
it's bound to happen that we're gonna have deep questions, but I feel like it's on a lighter setting.
Yeah.
So
the mood is a little bit lighter.
Yeah, and we have wine.
And we have wine.
Yes.
In our new wine glasses.
I feel like you should
explain. Because our beautiful wine glasses that we had before, Sissy decided you only need one. The other one we don't need. So she broke the other one. And now we have to use these, which I don't mind. I don't mind. They don't look bad.
Yeah, they don't look bad, but I do feel sad because we were so excited for those glasses.
No, we'll get them replaced, guys.
Hopefully soon, hey?
Yeah,
because
yeah. So
what are we drinking?
We are drinking. You want me to name the wine?
I think you should.
We are drinking Nederberg.
Yeah, which is different from what we were drinking the last time. Yeah, I feel like I like this because you're introducing me to new stuff. And I mean, I'm not gonna memorize the names, but like I'll just know the different ones. Okay. And
this is how this one tastes.
Yeah. Get started.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay.
Do you want me to ask first?
Also, can I just call it out? If you don't know, Lebo does nails. She's really good. And she's been promising that she's gonna do. She does her own nails, so that's how you know she's good. And she's been promising that she's gonna do both our nails.
I am.
You know, I'm saying it because
and I feel like let's not put this on me. Do you guys know that yesterday we were supposed to be recording?
Oh wow.
And we sit there and we talked until 4 a.m. in the morning. And we didn't record.
Actually, it was 5 because by the time I was going to bed, my 5 a.m. alarm clock went off. And
imagine.
Yeah, okay.
And in all of that, we didn't squeeze emails and we didn't do it. But it's fine, guys.
We're supposed to have a photo shoot. We're supposed to do nails.
We're supposed to do a lot.
I'm calling us out because, no.
But we'll get to them, I believe. I believe in us. We'll get to them. Probably the next episode, our nails are going to be done.
Yeah. Do you want to explain to them how the Q&A is going to work?
This is how it's going to work. I'm going to pick a question. I'm going to ask a question and we both answer a question and vice versa. Sis is going to pick up a question, ask, and we both get to answer the question. Let's see. Okay. This question is so like random. And it's the first question. And it's like, okay. But anyway, how old are you?
Oh, it's that one?
Yes.
Okay.
How old are you? That's our first question, guys.
I'm 23 years old.
Okay.
I turned 23 in July this year. I feel like after 2019, I stopped counting.
Okay.
I was 19 years old, and the last time I checked, 19 years old. And I feel like life just happened, and I feel like I'm still stuck at being 19 years old. I feel like I didn't enjoy turning 20, turning 21, 22, 23. It's like I have to, when somebody asks me my age, I have to think about it before I can say
I'm
23 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys,
How old are you?
I am 20 years plus 10 minus 6. I'm lying, minus 4. So I'm 20 plus 10 minus 6.
Minus
That's
4.
my age. Oh my god. How old do I want to be? I'm 20 plus 10
Yes.
minus 4.
Yes.
To figure out the risk, because I'm not gonna say that with my chest. There's no way I'm gonna
We're
own
actually
all
talking
of that.
about this yesterday.
I feel like I'm younger than that. For
Which
me.
is good.
Yeah.
And I feel like also we're such tiny people.
Yeah.
So if we were
I
to
feel like
say
physically also I'm not ready to accept that big number as my age. But yeah, you figure it out, guys. Put it together. Let's see.
Do the math.
Yeah. That's how I am.
Next question. Ooh, I think I was excited about this one.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's hear it.
What is your love language?
My love language.
Yes.
I would say the one that is like right up there for me is acts of service. And when I say acts of service, not big things like you expect, like little things, like because I'm this type of person, like when I care about people around me, like I look after them.
Yeah, you do.
I look after. I do the smallest things for you. I can make you coffee every morning.
Literally, like you spoil me when I'm here.
I can make you coffee when you want coffee. It can be 3-4 times a day. If I know that you like coffee, I'm gonna do that for you. If I know that you like eating my food, I'll make sure that I cook for you when I'm around. Like stuff like that. Like the little things that matter to the person that I'm sharing the love language with. So right up there would be, and words of affirmation, I think.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, because you can have a love language in terms of like how you love people and then a love language of how you want to be loved.
Yeah.
So
I like how I say I appreciate also the acts of service being given to me, but I understand, like I feel like I understand that I might not get it as much as I give it out, because I tend to do too much sometimes, so it would be unfair to expect so much from someone else. But if you can, I mean, I would appreciate it if you could match the energy,
Yeah. My love language is the words of affirmation. I am very big on words. Like I want to be affirmed, I want to be assured, and I love encouraging people. Like when somebody does something, I want to acknowledge it, and I want them to know that I see what they do. There's a post that I saw a few years ago that said, people whose love languages is words of affirmation have a tendency to attract narcissists. And it made me not want to embrace words of affirmation as my love language, but it is. I think I'm also figuring out that physical touch is also a love language of mine. I feel like there was a time when I didn't want to be touched. I felt like people were invading my space, or I felt like I was invading people's spaces. But I feel like I want to touch someone, like I want to be touched. I feel like there's so much, like even when I love myself, like when I show myself love, like I'll touch myself, and it's like, this is my love language. This is how I'm showing myself that I love me. And for me, words of affirmation is in both receiving and giving. Like I feel like the people that I've connected with most in terms of like partners, it's people who've loved me with words of affirmation. I feel like those are the people I've connected with the most because they've spoken my love language.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, like also with physical touch now. I'd say it's my love language, but man, it depends, guys. Like when it's hot, man, guys.
You know what I'm thinking about now? I'm thinking that it's hot. Like I feel the hotness now.
Burning.
Like
you now, someone wanting to come and like it's nice, yes, but like let's think about it really sometimes.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, so if like it's hot and maybe you wanna hug and I'm like, no, don't take it in a bed. It's just
really
hot.
I feel like I want hugs all the time. Like,
yeah, but like
mind.
I can't give you like
the side hug,
but like we're not gonna cuddle on the couch. It's hot. It's super hot. Yeah, man. Also,
it's your turn.
Let's get to the next
questions. Yeah. Yeah.
Be on my side.
I feel like there's one question that I'm avoiding.
If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
Oh my god. Oh my god. If I could change one thing about myself, it would be my mindset. Um, and just the way I see myself and the way that I see life. And I feel like I'm working towards that. So I'm gonna give myself props because I really have been working towards this. So that's the one thing that I feel like if I could change about me, I would change. And I'm so grateful that it's something that I have control over. It's something that I can definitely work on. Like it's not something external. It's something within myself and something that I have control over. And I feel like if I were to change my mindset about certain things, life would be so much easier. And life would be so much better than what it is. And I feel like there's so much power in the mind.
Yes.
And being able to control that and being able to change it to adapt to what I want it to be so that I can have the life that I want. Okay. I feel like, yeah.
If I would change one thing about myself, number one,
there's a lot.
There's a lot, but like that one is because I feel like I do have exude a certain level of confidence over myself, but like most of the time when it's just me, I really do look down on myself a lot. Like I wish that I could accept what people think of me, like how a lot of people would like have so much nice things to say about me, but it's hard for me to say those things about myself or to acknowledge them or to embody, like take them and say no, this is really me, you know. So that's the biggest one. Actually, there's a lot of things that I need to change about myself. So many, so much things, and I like the fact that I'm realizing that.
Yeah. Yes. I feel like I feel sad, and I think I said this to you, like that you don't see yourself. It's like, oh my god, if only like I could give you my eyes so that you can see yourself through my eyes. It's like, yeah.
Oh, man. I feel like that's also been what's been helping me a lot to realize, like, I have potential, man, and like I have so much that I need to own and live up to.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
I'm excited for you on that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to have you on that journey.
Yeah. Ooh. What is the best memory you have from childhood and why?
I feel like there's quite a few. But there's this one time, you guys, my stepdad threw me and my sister a birthday party. Nah. We invited all our friends, we were wearing matching clothes. Like me and my sister, like we basically grew up like twins. We were raised as such, but we were not twins. We were just born the same year, but different months.
Yeah.
And we're not born from the same mother, because I know people are gonna wonder like how does it make sense that you're born the same year but different months. So we were raised that way, like with my dad.
I feel like also just to clarify, different moms and different dads,
because
people are gonna think
dads.
Yeah.
Like she's my stepdad's daughter and like Amana's daughter, obviously, but like the way when they got together. And the funny thing with our relationship is like we were opposites. Like I was closer to my dad and she was closer to our mom in that way, as if like
you guys
that's my real dad and that's her real mom. Anyway, like he threw us this big party and we had all our friends there. You know, that was literally the best day of my life.
Really?
When I say the best day of my life, like the memories and everything. Guess what, guys? Like she was taking pictures on cameras, and we were so happy that we didn't realize that it's fake pictures. Like his camera was just flashing. The camera wasn't working. That day, like
who was taking the pictures?
My dad. Like he fooled us so much. Like
because we wanted you guys to be
excited.
excited.
Have those memories. Oh girl, I was sure. I was like, these pictures, I'm sure when I grow up, I'm gonna have them there.
Yeah, you wanna show them to your kids. Yeah.
Guys, we were not played. Like we were played.
How old were you?
We were like grade 5, 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I still want those pictures today, guys. Like I feel I was played because that day it was such a good day that I feel like I hold on to it so much that it would have been so much better if I still had those pictures to look back on. But yeah, that's one childhood memory that I cherish
the
a lot.
most. Yeah. Oh, I thought I wouldn't have anything to say because I don't think I remember stuff from my childhood. And I just remember now that I used to have the best relationship with Ohumuli. Like you wouldn't believe. Like
it.
when, so she obviously moved. Ohumuli is my cousin. Yeah, so she moved, and there was such a long distance between us. But when I was at home and they'd say, "Oh, Ohumuli was here," and I missed her, I'd literally walk to her home to see her because I was like, "There's no ways
she was here and I
didn't
get
see
to see
her." And the thing that I used to love so much about our relationship was that, so when we would go to bed, she'd tell me stories. Like I'd literally force her to like tell me something, whether it was true or not. And I feel like sometimes she'd make up stuff just so she can have something to it would be in the middle of the night, and like my grandmother's house, so we'd sleep like in the last room in the house. And people in the house could hear us laughing, could hear me laughing in the middle of the night because I was so happy that she was there and she was telling me all of these things that she made up. And I feel like for me, that's why I've always loved storytelling, because I know what it gave me when I was a child. And like just the fact that she was making up stuff
and all that
me.
effort, like the effort that she put into it.
And that she could make me laugh like that. Like I feel like I was the happiest when she would come visit or when I'd go to her home. Like we had the best relationship, man. Like it's
nice. That's beautiful.
Weird where things are now, but
when
like
it's weird, like seeing her now, you wouldn't think that she was capable of that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. Do you think you know your worth?
Can I ask you? Yeah.
Okay. Do you think you know your worth? And if yes, please elaborate.
I feel like if I was to say yes now, I would contradict what I've been saying in the last episode. I feel then that I have to make a distinction between worth and confidence. Do I know my worth? I think I do, but I still have a lot of work to do. There are some areas where I feel like I know my worth and I know what I deserve and I know what I'm worthy of. And there are some situations that I do not know what I'm worth and I sometimes do not feel worthy. And I feel like with the situations where I know my worth, it's because I've had experience where I've encountered something and I had to learn that I deserve better than this. And I feel like after this, I'm definitely going to look into the definition of worthy and what it is exactly, because I feel like I have such a small perspective
of like what your worth should be like.
Yeah,
or
and
what should it mean?
Yeah, I feel like the way that I understand it is like your worth comes from God, like your worth comes from your relationship with God or something like that. And I haven't fully understood what that means. I feel like I am in the process of getting to understand that. But socially, when people say know your worth, like you mustn't settle for this type of thing. I feel like that I've gotten on lock. I think.
Okay.
You know my situation
the question
at
is,
work. You know my situation at work and like how that made me want to, like it made me realize that I know my worth. I know I deserve better than this. I'm not
gonna take this.
Even like with relationships, I feel like I've gotten to a point where I'm like, I deserve better and I'm worth so much more. And yeah, man, I feel like I have to look into it some more. Yeah.
Okay, I feel like I would say like how this question is linked to the other question where I was saying I'm learning to like not look down on myself so much, because I feel like I do know my worth. Like, it's just that I need to work on like
communicating
myself, like telling myself what I'm worth, like getting it from me and not from outside, because accepting it from the outside, I know my worth because people tell me all the time of like this is you, this is you, this is you. I want to take it, I want to hear it for myself, like know it for myself and own it and say, when I say I know my worth, I know where it's coming from, you know. And also I feel like on the aspect of knowing what I can take and what I wouldn't stand for. So in that aspect of life, I definitely do know my worth, because I know what I would take, what I would take, what I tolerate, that I don't tolerate. You know, yeah. So in that aspect of life, I feel like I do know my worth.
Yeah.
Mm.
Ooh. Are you a glass half full or half empty kind of person? I love this question.
I feel like you know the answer already. I am, like how I said in the beginning, I never complain.
Yeah,
So I'm definitely a half full kind of person.
Yeah.
Half glass. My glass is always half full, guys. Like there's not a day I'm gonna wake up and be like, oh, today. Like I do see things that are wrong. Like I acknowledge the fact that there's half of my glass that is empty, but I'd rather dwell on the part, the
That's
half
full.
of the glass that's full, and pour more into that. You know, because I feel like if I don't think I would fail at being a half empty kind of person, because then I want people to pour into something. Like if I look at my glass as empty, it's not gonna be easy for me to accept people to pour into that.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
Thank you.
I love that. Wow.
Yeah. So I'm definitely a half full kind of person.
I am a I'm a half empty transitioning into a half full.
Yeah.
I feel like a year ago I would have described myself as pessimistic. I was about life. And I feel it's because I was going through a phase of like dealing with some things that had happened at the time. And it's only now where I don't have to see it, but I just know that things are working out for my good.
Okay.
And I just know that things are working out for me. For you, yes. And I find myself in spaces where I'm just grateful. And I feel like I'm grateful for the things that I looked down on in the past, where I didn't see the opportunities that were before me. Yeah, I didn't see the value. And now I'm like, I see it, man. Like, and I'm excited about life. Like, I feel like now I can't say I'm a half full.
I feel like that's a beautiful way to look at life. Like looking at it from our glass half full.
Because you can, like, and you don't. It doesn't necessarily, like, when you are a half empty type of person, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to stay there.
Yes,
you can transition.
There's always room for growth, you know.
Yeah, it just comes with.
And maybe it works for you in terms of like motivating you in the way you look at life. Also.
Yeah, because I feel like also it comes from a place of things. It's just never enough. Like I have to do more. Like there has to be more to life than what I'm dealing with now. But now I'm just like,
what about what I already have? Yeah, like can I just sit down and give myself props for that and like be grateful for that?
I think more than anything, it's like the person I've become. I feel like that's the one thing I'm grateful for, and also understanding that I wouldn't have become this person had if it not been. Yeah, I feel like you are way ahead in that.
In that aspect of life, yeah,
you are way ahead, and I'm just now learning that these things have, and I think it comes with loving where you are and loving who you are in that also, space. Because now I'm like, I love me, and I wouldn't have been this person had I not gone through all of I'm not saying things. I had to go through those things, but it's like God made them work out for my good. And
like I appreciate them, because complaining about them means that you wouldn't have been the person that you are now. You know? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. I'm loving these questions. No
it's your turn, man. I feel like it's hot, and
it
this
is
wine
hot.
is making
and
it
you know
hotter.
what makes this funny? Before shooting, I've been saying it's hot, it's hot,
I didn't feel
and she didn't feel it. And now she's burning, and it's like,
did we close the touch?
Yeah,
did we? Okay, yeah.
Okay, what's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is not living up to my potential. I feel like that's the one thing I have. Like it keeps me up at night to think that there's so much that I want to do. There's so much that I want to become. And just the thought that I might not be able to do that. And sometimes the thing that causes me fear is that when I don't live up to that potential, it's going to be on me. Like it's my fault. I'm the one who would have chosen not to
have fulfilled.
Yeah, and it's like, yes, there are circumstances and there are situations that like try to hold me back, but it's up to me to fight. And it's up to me to like also just be aware of the potential that I have. I feel like I listen to so many stuff on YouTube and I read books because I'm like, I want to know what's inside me.
Yeah.
And I want to be affirmed that there's no limitation to what I can do.
Exactly. You want to see your capabilities.
Yeah. And I mean, it does add to that fear of like, oh, now because I'm aware of all of the things that I can do, it brings up that fear of what if I'm not able to do those things,
and all the pressure that you put on yourself as well.
And I like it. I'm like, because for me, I look at the people around me and I'm like, how are you guys comfortable with this life? It couldn't be me. I couldn't be that person who's comfortable with.
To look at yourself and be like,
this is
I'm not where I want to be, and I'm like, it's not okay for me to be okay.
Because I feel like even though I am grateful, I'm still like,
but this is not where I want to be.
There has to be more to life than this.
Okay, so I feel like in that aspect we have the same answer, because I also do feel I fear not living up to my potential, because I'm a very purposeful person when I do things. Like I don't feel comfortable doing things purposely, even if it's dating, like job opportunities, everything in life. When I do things, there must be a purpose to it, and I always want to see myself fulfill that purpose or reach maybe the goalposts that I've set for myself in life. And I feel like my biggest fear is not being able to achieve all of that. Knowing the kind of person that I am, I wouldn't be able to live with myself, not in heaven. At least try, even if some of them are. But I don't think
anything's out of reach.
I don't think anything's out of reach. So yeah.
It's my
turn. Oh yes, I
do. Thank you. Ooh. What do you look for in life ultimately?
This question. For me, ultimately, I always tell myself, like, I look for two things, and they're not so easy, because I feel like that would round off everything. Other, like, in terms of, okay, I have goals, of course, but like ultimately I want to find myself in a position of peace and happiness. That's all I want out of life, guys. It's not that hard. I
feel like you do intentionally work towards that, yes. Peace and happiness that you want. Ultimately, I look for fulfillment. I want to go to bed at the end of the day feeling like I've poured out all that there was in me, and my work has given back to me what I've given back to it. And fulfillment can come in the sense of the impact that I have on people, or the impact that I have in the world, or just knowing that I've done something that pushes me closer to my dreams and living the life that I want. And that's what I look for. I feel like fulfillment, it doesn't sometimes, because I'm someone who's such work orientated, like everything has to be about work and doing stuff. I feel like if that's the only place where I found fulfillment, but if there was another way for me to get fulfillment, I'd take that, because at the end of the day, what I want is to be fulfilled. Like I want to go to bed knowing that
I'm happy. Like
I'm happy. Yeah, and I wake up in the morning also like being happy and looking forward to the things that I get to do. Yeah. Okay. There's a question that I'm avoiding, and I think it's that one.
There's no running.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Let's talk about that.
Who am I? Ooh. I'm a child of God. I am of God, and I said this in the last episode, that I am an eternal being. And because I am an eternal being, I am boundless, if I can say that. There's no limit to my being. And I'm trying to not define myself by like, oh, I'm beautiful, I am kind, and I am beautiful, and I am ambitious. I've been defined as ambitious before, and I love it for me.
And you are.
Yeah. I have also been defined as someone who's reserved, but I feel like that's not who I am at the core of me. Like I can switch up one day and not be reserved. I can switch up one day and not be kind. So, but I feel like at the core of who I am, kindness is a part of that core. And that for me is being an eternal being. It's being a child of God. And yeah. Yeah.
Who am I? Guys, I'm just a girl next door.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
I love that.
Typically, but I am. Generally, I'm a lover, man. And a lover of life, lover of people. I'm a giver, like I am, like how people would say I'm reserved, but I feel like it depends who you are.
Yeah.
It depends. With me, it definitely depends on who you are, because I'm not gonna just give to strangers. Like I'm protective of myself, to say so. Yeah. And I'm just I feel like I'm just here to, give love. I'm here to impact people's lives. I'm here to receive love. I'm just, because I feel like I'm all of these things, because, and it's easy for me to say these things because it's things that I've taught myself, and I'm proud of that, and I'm still discovering myself in all of that still.
Hear that.
That's what I can say.
Can you guess
hard
this
for you
last
to
one?
answer the
It
question?
was.
Huh?
It was hard for me.
No, I'm saying, but like the way you've been running away from it, I feel like it's you always know how to answer it, but you always do choose to run away from it.
I feel like for so long I've defined myself by the things that I do. And I know like this sounds cliche, but like literally me, I'm all about work and I'm all about doing things.
True.
And I never make time to just be a human like being, just be in my space. And I feel like I'm finding myself being able to do that now. And yeah. Can you guess the last question? You wanna say something?
I was just saying, like, what as a person now I'm learning, like I'm a very anxious person, but like you wouldn't know. So many people that exist around my life don't know that I'm so anxious, because I exude this you are strong. You've got this, like you can't be phased right now. You understand? Yeah.
Do you want to guess the last question?
Do you want to guess it? I'm like, did I write it?
You did.
I did. I'm not gonna guess it. Should I read it?
No. Oh, I actually wrote it. Okay. Ooh. I feel like it's a good one to end off the session. Yeah.
Let's hear it.
What's the one thing you do that makes you feel at home and connected with yourself?
Pray. I talk to my God so much, because I feel like that's the only space where I can really, really talk about things openly. Yeah. And I also speak to myself a lot. I do speak to myself. And also, guys, I color.
Oh my God, I saw that and I thought
I color. Like, that's my, when I'm all over the place, like, because I told you, like, I live in my head a lot. So when I feel like I'm all over the place and I want to come back to my center, I color. I own a coloring book with colors, and I color.
We literally have them there.
It's there.
Because you know what? The first time I saw them, I thought it was for pink. And I saw you coloring, and I thought, I've been wanting to get into that habit. I think of you as a creative, because you do nails and like you are. Yeah. So I think of you as a creative, and just seeing you do that, I'm like, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah.
Bounce back.
What's something you do that makes you feel at home and connected to yourself? I'd say prayer as well. Prayer and journaling. I have been reminded of the importance of this, of praying mostly, because I realize that when I do not pray, I feel like I do not have capacity. I feel like I do not have capacity to be who I want to be and do the things that I want to do. But when I pray and when I spend time with God, I feel like I have capacity. I can do the things that I want to do. But more than that, I can rest.
You're constantly reminded of the fact that you have capacity.
Yeah. And I can rest because I know that God has got me and things are going to work out for me. And with journaling, I said this in a Facebook post the other day that for me, my relationship with my inner child, other than my relationship with God, my relationship with my inner child is the most important, because I've come to realize that when I show up in spaces and I feel scared, most of the time it's not me feeling scared. It's the inner child being scared, and just having that relationship and having that understanding that I can calm her down, and I can feel so centered within myself. Like, we've got this, we are doing this. And I feel like it has enabled me to carry all of me into spaces. I've been in situations where I felt like I've had to leave my inner child. Like, if I'm entering into a space where my inner child could be scared, I've had to, and it's like you can't leave her behind. She's there, you're just ignoring her. And now I feel like I'm gonna carry you into this space, and I'm gonna show you that you can overcome that fear. And I feel like that makes me feel so connected
to yourself.
And just having that relationship with my inner child, it has made me feel like I am a whole being. I feel like I had forgotten that part of like my childhood in my life. And like now when I look back and I look at my inner child, I'm like, I'm a whole being. Like I have a whole life that I've lived. And it just makes me feel that connection. And I love it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, everybody. And that was our last question.
I feel like if you guys have any questions for us, do ask us in the comments.
Yeah, we are open to more questions. And I do hope that you guys enjoyed the session as much as we did, because it was kind of nice breaking out of that
heavy conversational
and like stuff. Speaking about one thing, you know, like having a set topic and speaking about the same thing, because this was kind of easy to like cover all the bases. Aspects, and it was fun, man. I enjoyed it.
If you guys also have like you have a response to some of the questions that we are asking ourselves, you can also comment on that.
Don't forget to follow us on our social media pages. Facebook, Just My Point of View. Instagram _ Just My Point of View. And we are also on TikTok. Just My Point of View.
We're also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And I am so grateful for the subscribers that we have.
Me too.
Yeah, I look at the numbers and I'm like, I love this for us.
I feel like that's where I'm rubbing off on the glass half full kind of thing, because of if you look at it now, it's a very, very small number, but the fact that we're able to reach even 2-3 people, for me, that's something. That's a lot, because it's sort of like a pat on the back, like you're going somewhere. That people want to hear you, and that people want to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We love you. We don't say that. And we should say that. We love you guys. We love you guys so much. I love you. I love you too. Oh my god. Look at me. Oh my god. Yeah. This is such a great session. I can't believe like we are ending it. Nah, because it was so fun. There's nothing you can do about it. But I feel like we're gonna do a part 2 of this. We should, and that gives you guys an opportunity. If you have questions that you want to ask us, you can definitely send those through for us to be able to put part 2 out for you guys.